What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Terry Salman, Chairman of the Board of Directors at New Pacific Metals. Now, Terry has over 35 years of experience in exploration and mining finance. He is the President and Chief Executive Officer at Salman Capital and Salman Capital Partners, where he raised over $20 billion for over 400 exploration and mining companies. It's a pleasure to have you on, Terry. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Nice to be on this show with you.
Yes, of course. So, I'm excited to be talking today about New Pacific. Your company, Salman Partners, has helped raise over $20 billion over the last 2 decades for mining companies, like we just said. What do you look for in a company that you're thinking of supporting?
The key is the right people, good people. If people have had good experience building mining companies over a period of time, they can also be their first project, but have good skills, good integrity, and a good team. That's really important.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Track record of success, very, very important. So what are some of the characteristics that stand out to you? Is there anything else, above and beyond the team when it comes to a project?
Certainly the quality of the assets, the grade, the geographic location, the country they're operating in, the recent history of that company with mining companies. Those are generally things I look for.
Yeah, no, those are also very, very important. So you became the chairman of the board for New Pacific Metals in December. What attracted you to the company specifically? And, what made you want to get involved with this project?
This is the only company that I've agreed to be chairman of. So that speaks for itself. And of course, the team that really painstakingly put together.
That's a fascinating story. I love a story with some rich history. So how important is location when deciding which mining projects to get involved with?
We live in a very troubled world politically, so things change. But, I tend to prefer safer jurisdictions, maybe because I'm older and don't want to take the risks that I did when I was younger. But generally look for good stability. They don't have to be always democracies or anything that's similar to Canada, but they have to be have a rule of law, a good mining code, a history of dealing with companies that operate in their country.
So you have a book coming, What We Give, and the book mentions your trip to Bolivia in early 2017 to visit the Silver Sand Project in Potosi, Bolivia. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
The book is, at this stage in my life, it's for a long time, I've been spending a lot of time giving back. In one of my chapters in my book is called Trips of a Lifetime. And one of them is a trip to Bolivia. And it's a story in itself, but it's a good experience. It was a country that I'd never been to before. It was a landlocked country, very high altitude, fascinating place to visit. There was a rule of law. There had been mining companies there, obviously, before. It was, and then I went to the salt flats and I saw another part at the foot of the Andes, this amazing force of nature. So Bolivia was, a wonderful place to visit for me, and the property had a huge potential for the reasons I mentioned earlier about who had been there before. So it was inspirational. Went to this historic capital, Sucre, on the way. Got to see many people, and it was indeed one of the trips of a lifetime.
That's a wonderful story. I'll have to pick up a copy when it's ready and check it out. So now let's talk a little bit about some news, some assay results from New Pacific. So New Pacific announced some very promising assay results from the 2021 Discovery Drill Program at its Carangas Gold and Silver Project in Bolivia. Intersects 595.7 meter intervals grading 1.25 grams per ton gold and 10.25 meter intervals grading 1,213 grams per ton silver at the Carangas project. The company is also making significant progress at its flagship Silver Sand project. So congrats on that. Anything to say about that?
So you're talking about a company has two world-class discoveries, which is rare in a very good jurisdiction.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting time and lots of potential with this project. So is there anything else you would like to highlight for investors who are interested in New Pacific Metals?
New Pacific is trying to, the focus of the large shareholders and is to maximize value for shareholders. These two projects have the potential to do that. And when you look at comparable companies, the value is really unrealized. So there's a lot of potential here, and they've got the resources to develop it even further. And the silver stands to take it to a PEA stage, which they're working on now. So you've got the potential of a short-term development project, and then a longer-term exploration story as well. So this is what makes great mining companies. The potential of a resource that would become a producer in the short term, and great exploration upside and on a secondary basis. This company has those two things, and that's why I'm so excited about it.
Well, thank you so much, Terry. I'm sure you've seen many companies, and there's a reason why you're here today. So I look forward to covering this project. Best of luck, and thank you for coming on the channel.
A real pleasure to be talking to you today. Thank you so much.
If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below, along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.